If you clicked on this video, chances are you feel a bit unfulfilled as a young man. I got a comment on one of my videos saying, you say you shouldn't be playing a bunch of video games, you say you shouldn't be consuming a bunch of content, so what do you do in your free time? And the truth is, if you want to be more productive, if you want to feel more fulfilled as a young man, there is one thing that you need to focus on developing. So in order to illustrate this one thing you need to build as a young man and how you should go about your day-to-day activities, we're gonna take a look at these two guys. First guy we're gonna call Timmy. Timmy wakes up first thing in the morning and instantly reaches for his phone and starts scrolling TikTok. Oh, but you said you were gonna go to the gym today, so you're at least gonna go do that, right? Timmy then hops on the Xbox and proceeds to spend the rest of his day playing NBA 2K and Call of Duty. Because of this, at night, Timmy lays in bed unfulfilled and feeling like he could have done more. Alexander wakes up and instantly sprints out of bed over to the gym. He spends the next hour pumping iron. After the gym, what does Alexander do that Timmy didn't do? Alexander spends time studying so he can get into his dream school. He spends time training for his sport so he can be a professional athlete. He spends time working on his business so he can become the next millionaire entrepreneur. So what's the one trait that Alexander has that Timmy does not? Purpose. You probably hear this all the time on other YouTube videos. Oh, find your purpose. Oh, work on your purpose. But you're like, what does that even mean? Well, your purpose is your why. It's the reason that you're alive as a man. It's that biggest goal that you have. Chances are, you can think of one thing that comes to mind and you're like, that's what I would want to work on. That's what I would want to achieve with my life. Maybe it's playing a sport. Maybe it's getting into your dream school. Maybe it's being a great father. Maybe it's going and getting in the best shape of your life. And the reason why purpose is so important when it comes to self-improvement is because it gives you something to revolve your life around. Because think of these two versions of you. Think of the version of you who has a goal he's working towards, who has something he wants to achieve, something he wants to do. And then also think of the version of you who has no goals, who has no purpose, who has no reason why he's living. Out of those two versions of you, which one would be more likely to see success in self-improvement, to delay gratification, to do the right habits, to keep going to the gym? Of course, the version with you who has purpose is going to be more successful because he has something to stick to. He has a goal he's working towards. So how can you find your purpose? Well, think to yourself, what's the biggest goal that I want to achieve right now? And if something comes to your mind and you're like, that's what I want to do. I want to get into this school. I want to become a pro athlete. I want to become a business owner. I want to do something. That's what you should be working towards every day and dedicating most hours of your life to. And if you're like, well, I don't really know what to do, nothing really comes to mind, well, you need to go and find your purpose. So how do you go about finding your purpose? Well, you just have to go out and try different things. Because the truth is, if all you do is just sit in your room, you don't do anything, you don't go outside, you don't go speak to other people, you don't join a sport, you don't try new activities, you're not going to know what you're passionate about. You're not going to know what to do. So that's why as a young man, you have to be doing things to uncover your purpose, to figure out what it is. So if you're feeling unfulfilled, you don't have much to spend your time on, that's the first thing you have to do. You have to find your purpose. Now, what's my advice on how you should go about structuring your day? I remember back when I was going super hard on self-improvement. I was waking up first thing in the morning, going for a walk, getting sunlight. Then I was meditating. I was eating a healthy breakfast, immediately going to the gym. And then it was like, I felt really fulfilled doing that. I felt great doing that. But the truth is, recently, I've actually been a lot more of a Timmy in some ways. Now, I haven't been skipping the gym. I've still been doing that consistently. I've still been posting a lot of videos, so I've been working on my purpose a lot. But dude, I've been slacking on a lot of the habits. I've been waking up, scrolling on my phone first thing in the morning, watching TikTok, watching YouTube. I've, just been doing a lot of habits that I don't think align with that best version of myself. I haven't been doing what Alexander would do. And that's the whole reason why I made the characters, because as a young man, you shouldn't be striving to be more like me in every way possible. I hope you can still, take some inspiration from my story, because I have improved in a lot of ways and I have learned a lot of things. So I hope you can take some of my advice and it can help you out and affect your life in a positive way. But at the end of the day, you should be striving to be more like Alexander, not like me. And that's something that I really am going to make my focus for the next week, is just to get back on that right track where I'm doing all the right habits and being consistent. So I believe the way you should structure your day as a young man, and I got this from the YouTuber Dan Coe, he said that you should spend more time building and not consuming. So what exactly does this mean, building? Because that's a very broad term. Well, spend more time building your body, building your business, building your dream life, building up your schoolwork. Spend most parts of your day focused on building yourself up. And then at the end of the day, if you've, done a fair amount of work today, you've gotten done all your homework you need to get done, you've worked on your business, you've gone to the gym, you want to play a little bit of video games? Yeah, that's no problem at all. You want to go out on the weekend every now and then and get a drink? No problem at all. And the problem with this is that for so many young men, their focus in their life is not on building. It's on playing video games. It's on consuming content. Most young men spend more time consuming rather than building. Instead of working for 5 hours a day and then playing some video games at the end of the day, they play video games for 5 hours and maybe do 1 hour of studying and go to the gym for like 30 minutes. So what we need to do is we need to flip this dynamic around. We need to get to the point where we're doing more building than consuming. Now, am I saying that you can never ever have fun? No. But at the end of the day, your focus should be on yourself. It should be on building, on becoming better, on improving, not on doing things that drag you down. Because some instant gratification is completely okay, but when you do something that's bad for you, just be honest with yourself. If you're going out and getting a drink, just say like, yeah, I'm going out and getting a drink and I'm gonna be a bit of a Timmy for a little bit, but I've earned it, so that's completely okay. Or if you're gonna hop on video games at the end of the day, just say, hey, you know, I've been very productive today, I've gotten a lot done, and I'm gonna play video games for an hour. And yeah, that might not be the greatest, most productive thing I could possibly do, but at the end of the day, I've earned it and I've been pretty good today. So to summarize everything up, your day as a young man should be focused on your purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is yet, go out and try new things. Go and figure out what your purpose is, because that is the most important thing you have as a young man. And for me personally, it's posting these YouTube videos. It's helping to motivate other young men. It's educating young men. For me, that gives me purpose. That gives me a reason to get out of bed and to do the right things and to be productive. But when I didn't have that thing, I was just consuming content. I wasn't really doing much. So you have to find your purpose. That has to be the first step. And then the next step, focus on building throughout the day. Focus on doing that, on improving yourself, and not spending all day consuming content. Because when you focus on building, when you focus on becoming your best self, the results will show. But also, if you don't take the action, if you don't focus on yourself, if you waste time, you're not being productive, that will show in a negative way. But the thing is, results don't lie, so your actions will speak for themselves. So keep working hard, keep becoming your best self, and I'll see you for the next video, bro.